What's good, y'all? It's your boy Untamed, yeah! Coming at you live for another episode of the Man What Podcast. Man. What?
What
y'all boys got going on today?
What y'all boys talking about?
I'm here with my favorite co-host, Khalil Jamal. It go down every single time we touch this mic.
Every time.
You know what I'm saying? How you feeling,
every
man?
Time, brother.
What's going on?
Man, I feel good, man. I've been asleep most of the day, but shit.
Oh shit, that boy was on some lazy shit. Sleep.
Nah, nigga, I got off work at 6 this morning. Then I went to orientation for another job, so I got home maybe at like 3 p.m.
Getting off work at 6 in the morning is crazy.
Yeah, I work overnight, so you know what I'm saying. I worked.
Working overnight is crazy. But I'm gonna let you get that off, man. I'm gonna let you get that off.
I mean, shit. I mean, I gotta make money, man. Would you rather me just sit around broke?
Nah. Because then I couldn't fuck with you, my boy.
We couldn't afford these beautiful cameras.
Then I couldn't fuck with you, my boy. I won't fuck with brokies around here. What the hell?
That nigga, you wouldn't fuck with me if I was broke. That's fucked up.
Man, look,
I'm your mans. I know you since I was a kid, nigga. You wouldn't fuck with me if I was broke.
Damn, bro. So you just gonna get broke on me, bro? That's how you feel?
I ain't gonna lie.
Go broke on the boy?
I ain't gonna lie. It is something annoying about having a friend that's broke.
Come on, bro.
That shit be annoying. It be annoying.
We grown as hell. Nigga talking about being broke. Hell nah. Nigga, that mean you ain't utilized your life right.
Nigga ain't utilizing your time right, my nigga. Like, at all.
Come on. Can't be broke.
At all.
Nah, I would fuck with you if you was broke, my boy. You know what I mean? I just, I'd be like, hey, what's up?
You can't. It's certain shit you can't even do as a broke nigga. Like if you smoking weed and you broke.
Come on, bro. And that's another thing. I don't even smoke, so it's like, damn. You ask me to borrow the 20, and I know you gonna go get high. Well, I'm gonna be damn, man. Bro.
You ain't got 20. Like
you ain't got a little 20.
Not having a 20 is crazy because if you got a car, you better DoorDash that shit.
Like, come on, bro. There's so many, but that's another reason why I'm saying like it's so many ways to get bread out here in 2024 that being broke is just unacceptable. I mean, flat broke, nothing.
Flat broke is crazy.
You got plasma in them veins? Huh? You got plasma in them veins? So why you broke? That's all I got to say. You feel me? Like, that's crazy.
Shit. This nigga said you got plasma in them veins?
Hey.
That's crazy.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do out here, bro. There's no reason to just be flat broke. You know what I mean?
Nah, flat broke.
That's all
Flat broke is crazy, my nigga. But like I said, I got home maybe like 3 p.m. and I hit you. I was like, yo, you said let's shoot in an hour. I was like, bro, I need like 3-4, my nigga, because I was not ready to pod earlier.
That boy was tired as shit.
Tired as shit, but I'm good now, bro. I'm good. It's a good day. It's Thursday night, you know what I'm saying, if y'all are wondering. I just kind of want to break down that fourth wall real quick. I know Brian don't like when I date this motherfucker, but, we shooting this bitch in time for y'all But I dated. I always like to break that fourth wall, man. I like to let the listeners know when this is happening. Because that's something this is a little off topic, but I always wonder, like I'll listen to one of my favorite songs by an artist I love, right? And then I'll start to wonder, like, damn, I wonder when this was recorded. Because that's special to me. I like little shit like that, little tidbits and shit like that. So, as a creator, I like to give that to the people. Something that I like from my art that I never really get, because you never really know when somebody is recording a certain song. The only song I know the date it was recorded, it's a song by Kendrick on Overly Dedicated called ROTC, and he actually says the exact date when he's recording it, and I just thought that was so cool.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah. It's always cool to keep the fans involved, man. And I agree with it. I love it. So I ain't got no problem with it.
Sure. Nah, for
that's
sure.
what's up.
Sure.
We gotta be
transparent.
I
knew you wouldn't have a problem with it, bro. You that guy, bro.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But anyway, let me take this time out to thank all of our new fans. Anybody that this is your first time tuning into the Man What podcast, we shoot 2 times a week. Welcome in. Make sure you drop a comment right now. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and tell Gam, because this is your grandma's favorite podcast. Throw us on that big screen right now before you continue. Get us off your phone. Put us on the big screen so we could talk to you the proper way. You feel what I'm saying? But appreciate all of y'all, man. We love all of y'all. And I hope you enjoy the show. Let's go.
Thank you. We gonna get into it, though. Yo, I want to start this light, though. I want to start this light and funny. What's your guilty pleasure song right now? Like, what's a song that low key you like? Yes, I fuck with this song, but I wouldn't play it out loud.
I ain't got no nigga, and no nigga ain't got me. I'm fucking with that glow. TGIF big glow, man. Come on.
That's your guilty pleasure song right now?
You know what I mean?
Hey, look, that's a good one, bro. That's actually a really fucking good one.
I fuck with it, man. I'm a fan of Big Glow. So
I fuck with Glow.
That shit do turn.
It's crazy because I got my song is not Glow, but it is somebody that Glow has beef with. My guilty pleasure song right now is that damn JT song, bro. That okay is so fire, bro.
Bro, I feel like you pandering right now. You pandering right now.
How?
You pandering to the city girl audience.
I really been listening to that song all week, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
I'm pretty than a motherfucker. Husband looking okay. She think that she fucking with me. Is this bitch okay? He said he ain't fucking around. I look at him like, okay. That shit is hard, bruh. That shit is hard. So, I'm fucking with JT.
We not doing that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm fucking with JT, man. You know what I'm saying? I really fuck with JT. I've been listening to her album too. She got a few joints on that joint, man. So, man, shout out to JT.
Shout out JT. That's cool though. That's cool.
And shout out Glow.
But she ain't no Big Glow. That's all I got to say, man. You know what I mean? Man, you got
JT.
You got JT
fucked up. You got JT fucked up.
JT alright, but
you got JT fucked up, nigga.
She not making her music than Glorilla. I'm sorry.
Nigga, you got JT fucked up. JT got 6 years of hits, nigga. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? Glow just came out.
This nigga says
nigga.
Alright.
She do, nigga.
Alright, Lil Yachty.
Alright, bro.
Alright, Lil Yachty.
Yeah, right. He wrote Young Miami verses, nigga. He wasn't writing JT verses, nigga.
Alright, Lil Yachty.
Fuck is you talking about? We actually gonna get to Yachty in this episode too.
He wrote the biggest songs they was on, but shout out JT. Ain't no shade. I thought we was comparing her to Glow. You know what I mean?
That was literally shade, nigga.
Nah, that wasn't no shade. Shout out JT.
That was shade, bro. Shout out JT. But I just wanted to ask guilty pleasure song because I thought that was funny. I thought that it was funny that some of the most catchy rap music right now is coming from the girlies. So shout out to rap girlies.
I ain't mad at them.
But we got some serious shit to get into, bro. We got some serious shit to get into.
What's up? What we talking about?
Over the week, man, the suspects in rapper Julio Foolio's case were caught. All 4. They got the footage of them getting arrested. It was in the rain. The shit looked like a movie. They actually got the footage of the actual murder. And that shit looked like a movie too. They had all type of different angles. 4K cameras. You could see the cars, all that. Like, all that. So, yeah, man. We talked about this a couple weeks ago when he passed. And then a few weeks later, man, they caught him. All of them.
Yeah, they got their asses. They got the trigger mans anyway.
Yeah.
Um, Turns out that one of the girls was in his face the whole night. She's actually seen in a couple of videos and a couple of pictures from the night of the murder. And the messed up part about it is she's playing both sides. Her boyfriend was also one of the trigger men, right? And the whole time she was just following her, and her boyfriend was following Foolio, everywhere that he went that night, and basically dropping his location until he did end up at the Holiday Inn. And what happened. I just think it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up that that as black people we just keep on killing each other. Though I'm gonna be honest, Julio Foolio was no saint. He was no saint. You know what I mean?
Nah.
He was very antagonizing to the other side, and I'm sure it was very stressful, having him doing all his antics and constantly trolling and shit like that. But
for sure,
nonetheless, I'm tired of seeing us black people die, man. I'm just tired of it. Like, why we can't ever handle things a different way? Why does it always have to come down to murder and shooting and guns and all of this other type of shit? Real sad situation though. So if y'all didn't know, he was set up. Y'all should know, because this is definitely a news story that's been circulating. Also, I was watching a couple of YouTubers and a couple of bloggers, and the funny part about it is that the people that they caught, it was actually 5 people. 3 of them were caught. Another one was just caught over the last couple of days, and I think one is still on the large. 2 of them were actually brothers, and they really hated Foolio because it's alleged, or it might be an actual fact, that Foolio's Gang 6 went on a football field and ended up killing their cousin while he was in the middle of a football game. So that in itself is just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's sick.
You know what I mean? So I mean, murder's wrong, but I understand where they coming from with their angle, I guess. You know. So
yeah.
But the killer was actually the one that actually went to jail for the murder. He was actually set free because there was no witnesses. I mean, nobody actually came to trial. So he ended up beating the case, and allegedly he was supposed to be in the car with Foolio, and that's what they thought, that he was in there. So they were really trying to get a 2-for-1. They were trying to get Foolio and get the young man that did that to their cousin so brazenly on a football field. But it turns out that allegedly he wasn't in the car, that he was actually in a hotel. So definitely crazy. Also, this might be a little conspiracy theorist, but watching a couple of these bloggers on YouTube, if you actually go and run back the Young and Ace Do It video, there's a couple of key people in that video. It's Young and Ace, right? And it's a couple of masked people. Now, people are saying that allegedly all of these masked people were the ones that killed Foolio. And I find that is really disgusting and really crazy of Young and Ace to, right after the murder, for him to fly those people out and do a music video with them, allegedly, because we don't know exactly who it is, but some of them do have some distinctive tattoos and distinctive features that look exactly like the masked people in the Do It video. It just so happens to be, allegedly, a couple of the people that got arrested for the murder. So I find that's really funny that he would just so happen to get them in the video. It's almost like Young and Ace knew, you know what I mean? So
I was, and it's crazy, I really was gonna ask you that question, because it is alleged that the people that were arrested were part of and this is not me saying anything that isn't public knowledge, that the people arrested were a part are a part of Young and Ace's ATK gang. And,
well, they're actually from 1200, but they're like affiliates of ATK. They got their own little gang going on. But sure. Yeah, definitely affiliates. And if you look at a couple of pictures and videos before this happened, those same people are in the videos with Young and Ace. Mm-hmm. The same girl is in a couple of Young and Ace videos. So
yeah. And I was gonna say, like, I wonder if this brings about any legal trouble or any legal ramifications for Young and Ace, because again, the day Julio Foolio died, he dropped the Do It video, and if we're saying that allegedly the killers were actually in that video, then I wonder if the cops make that connection, if an indictment is coming, because
you know what's crazy?
It looks crazy.
My bad. It wasn't the Do It video. It's the Game Over video.
Okay.
Correction.
Okay.
It's the Game Over video. It's the second video that he dropped. He did drop Do It that next day, and then the day after that, or a few days after that, he dropped Game Over.
The Game Over.
And that's the video that we're referring to, y'all. The Game Over video. If you look at that video, it starts off with a masked man taking a bottle of Don Julio and putting it on his head, and then serving it to Young and Ace. Yeah, so it's the Game Over video. Just a little correction for y'all.
So I was just wondering if because of that, do any legal ramifications come for Young and Ace, and the way it's looking, man, like they're trying to get any and everybody that was even remotely involved in this shit. So, what do you think?
Honestly, I don't know. It's a real slippery slope. I feel like ATK and Young and Ace is doing a lot of trolling ever since Julio died. Now everybody on that side only drinks Don Julio. And if you watch the videos before Julio's death, just a couple of the videos from that night, that's what they were sipping on. A big bottle of Don Julio. You know what I mean? And that's really what took him out of his element. I also heard that he was also on pills that night too, so he was really out of his body, out of his element. He was slizzy off the goose, and you know what I mean. But as far as if there's going to be any legal ramifications, if you watch the press conference as they said that they arrested those three people initially, they said that they're looking into ATK, they're looking into 1200, they're looking into both the gangs. Right. And they was basically saying like they can't come into Jacksonville, they can't do nothing in Jacksonville without them looking. So it's basically like they're on their ass. You know what I mean? Will there be a slip up as far? I think that if they're able to, because this was definitely a hit, right? The way that it was carried out, this was a paid hit. A lot these people that came were actually from Jacksonville, so they actually did drive the 3 hours to go and get them. You know what I mean? And why else other than a paid hit would they drive that far and do that? Like, most killers aren't gonna go out of their way. Most of the time it's like a chance thing. I'm at the bodega and I see him. I'm at the laundromat and I see them. They don't really like haunt you and hunt you down, So I say all that to say, if the police can piece together who paid for them to do this, then I think whoever that person is definitely gonna have some ramifications. And hopefully,
what's so crazy though?
Ace, but
like, what's so crazy about that? Just like piecing together who paid, blah blah blah. Like, if they got paid in cash, there's actually really no way to know.
Yeah, but a lot of people nowadays are stupid. They, actually they thought the killers actually thought that they wasn't going to get caught, but the police said specifically that they used a license plate reader, right, to find out who the car was, and it was their car, right? Then on top of that, once they found
that was crazy.
Once they found that, all they did was triangulate their cell phones if you don't know, your cell phone pings a tower every couple of seconds. Ping, 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 ping. So wherever you're at, it's pinging your location and triangulating you into a specific area. And it just so happened that all of them were in that area at the time of Julio Foolio's death. You know what I mean? And obviously they went through their messages and they went through all of this, through all their stuff. They seen the calls and you know what I mean, and seen their movements all through their cell phone records. So a lot of y'all that's doing crime nowadays, I don't condone it, but leave your phone at home, you idiot. Leave your phone at home. And even that looks suspicious, cause you know what I mean. Like especially if you're a suspect and you just happen to leave your phone home when everybody else takes it with them everywhere they go. But anyway, they caught them off the cell phones. They caught them. Obviously, I've seen that video. It's in 4K. You know, there's cameras everywhere nowadays, so it's not too much crime that y'all can do without being caught. You know what I mean?
And, for real.
Because a lot of this stuff that's happening nowadays, bro, is just blazing. It's just brazen. It's just fucking, like, just all out there. Like, people aren't even trying to hide it. And then, on top of that,
because you don't like, a lot of people don't respect the low key shit. They respect the brazen shit. They respect the shit that's like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what a lot of these people kill for. They kill for like the respect in the streets. Yeah, the clout.
Clout. Because as soon as that happened, they went on what's that site you said that you said earlier?
What you mean?
That Cardi B was on?
Spaces.
They actually have a Spaces audio of the guy, one of the guys, basically saying, like, you know, trolling, basically telling on himself that he killed Foolio. You know what I mean? They was basically saying along the lines of, oh, you got some big fish to catch, and he basically said, oh, I already threw my big ass net out and caught me a big fish. And the dude, the other dude was basically like, yeah, go ahead and keep on talking to the FBI. Then a couple of days later, boom.
Dumbass.
Got him. You know what I mean? So it's just a lot of stupidity going on.
Yeah.
As far as, you know, all of this.
Y'all gotta realize, man, this is not the fucking 80s or the 70s. Like, you can't just get away with a murder like that today. Like, you can't. Like, especially if you bring in your phone, you got cell phone records, you doing all these things that can be traceable. Like, you may delete it in your phone, but it's still there. Like, you got cell phone records. And all they gotta do, if it involves a murder, they pulling that shit.
For sure.
They pulling that shit. So, you know, that is, I seen that video, and nigga, the video was so damn clear. You seen the bullets come out the fucking gun. Like, that shit was crazy.
Yeah,
that shit was insane, bro.
Ridiculous. And I don't think that we ever, well, up to this point, for the most part, and as like a whole, like the whole internet, I don't think that we've ever like really seen something like that was so clear, that was so like, you know what I'm saying, caught in such high quality, you know. And that's why I can understand why people are saying it's like a movie, because that shit was in 4K. Nigga, but it's terrible.
Look, the wildest part of that whole arrest video to me was the fact that it was sponsored by a betting company. There's a big ass logo on the side of the arrest video with promoting a casino and gambling, and that's to me, it's not wild, but it just goes to show you where we are as a society. Everything is about that bag, bro.
Everything.
The way they did that video, they knew, oh, this is gonna be watched by millions. So let's try to make some money from this. And the fact that it was the police who did it just goes to show you, they don't give a fuck about none of that street beef y'all got. All they're gonna do is turn your ass into a number and turn your ass into some dollars if they can.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of the shit boils down to. I'm not really surprised that it was a betting company that sponsored. Come on, like, all of this shit goes hand in hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so.
Yeah.
I'm not really surprised. I'm just more shocked at the actual events that happened. Crazy, man.
For real.
Crazy, but for the most part, they got the killers, and they got them up off the streets. So, you know, that's something to cheer for, I guess. If you're not a street guy, you know, if you're just a regular citizen like us, then I guess you'd be happy for that. But you know, R.I.P. Julio Foolio, man. We're just gonna watch it unfold in the news, you know, throughout the next weeks, and we'll keep y'all updated on anything else that happens in that case.
Yes, sir. And that leads me into another thing. Have you been reading a little bit about this Keefe D trial with Tupac's family and all that stuff?
Of course. I actually, I'm actually a very avid Vlad TV watcher, so I've heard everything about it, and I've seen every interview.
So, the most recent, I guess, biggest news from that trial and that whole thing over there is that it's alleged that Diddy put $1 million bounty on Tupac's head, and Tupac's lawyer has hired. Tupac's estate has hired lawyers to investigate Diddy on this $1 million bond, bro. On this $1 million bounty, bro.
Yeah. I think just for the sake of being sued and stuff, of course it's alleged, but if you have watched a couple of Vlad TV episodes on that case and on when Keefe D was talking and stuff like that, it's been said multiple times, and multiple people know that $1 million was sent out to what's his name, Von Zip. It was sent to him to pay Keefe D, and allegedly it was sent to him to pay Keefe D and all of them, but Von Zip actually ended up keeping the money, right, and opening a club in I believe it's New York, called the Zip Code, right, and even people like T.K. Kirkland, which is a good friend of Von Zip, you know, even he tells the stories about that stuff, right? So at this point, like I said, I guess for legal purposes, it's alleged, but there's a lot of witnesses as far as the money exchanging hands, and a lot of stories about how Diddy was basically saying, like, you know, even if Tupac and Biggie had to go, he was gonna be on top. So it just goes and shows that in order to be on top in this music industry and in life period, it takes a lot of backhanded things happening in the background that we don't really know about, but it does take a lot, you know what I mean, whether that be good or bad. So what do I think about it? Man, I think Diddy did that shit, bro. I think Diddy did that shit. I think Diddy paid that $1 million. I think he did get Tupac killed because it was in his best. It was in his best interest. Diddy, just how you were saying with the betting company, bro. All of this shit really boils down to the money. And look at what Diddy did after, you know, both of their deaths. He went on to be a mogul and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And amidst all of this legal trouble that that's been going on, you know, a lot of people been talking. Gene Deal, the other security guard that he had, a lot of them have been talking and saying a lot of stuff lately that corresponds to these stories and these allegations about him, and Tupac and Cassie, and you know, it's just basically painting Diddy as a very, very bad man. So
maniacal guy. For real. For real.
I think he did it. I wouldn't put it past Diddy after seeing that video of him slapping around Cassie. Like, it just goes to show, like.
And on top of that, another thing that's in Diddy news this week is that allegedly an excerpt from Kim Porter, who is the mother of his children, a few of his children, 3 of his children, I believe. An excerpt from her book was leaked where she detailed a time where somebody sent her flowers and Diddy saw him, and he beat her and she woke up in the hospital. Now this is alleged that it was in her book, but the way a lot of people talk about his relationship with her, and the way a lot of people talk about how he treated her, on top of us seeing the Cassie video, it does give a lot of credence to this alleged story, in my opinion. You know, we've seen that Diddy has hit Cassie, and he hit her relentlessly. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look like he had any remorse. So I don't believe that Cassie is the first or only girl or woman that Diddy has done this to. So reading the excerpts from that book, it was really like, wow, man, it's crazy how as kids we looked at this guy as like black excellence and a mogul and someone to be, and then you find out he's this fucking monster. You know what I mean? So,
I feel like that's what happens a lot of time in Hollywood, you know, especially when you're able to peel back. Well, since we have social media now, it gives us the opportunity to peel back the layers of a lot of people, and right. Like I said a couple of pods earlier, it gives the people who didn't have voices before, now they have voices. Everybody has their own platform, they have their own fans, you know what I mean? And it's like everybody has their group of people, and and those people care about their stories. So if the story is big enough, or is of a certain ilk, or you know what I mean, is of a certain topic, it does go further than it used to go. You know, a lot of this shit, it was hush hush, but now, no, everybody's pulling back the curtain and peeking back there, and they're like, oh shit. I think, you know, it's kind of like your idols become your rivals type of thing, because you know, you spend all this time idolizing these certain people, and when you finally do get in that room, you see all the shit that goes on behind the scenes, and you're just like, oh shit, like,
for real,
this motherfucker's faking, like, this motherfucker isn't who I thought he was, or she was, or this show isn't what I thought it was, or, you know, that's just the times that we're in, man. A lot of people were doing you know, worse stuff back then, even though that's horrible, but you know, a lot of people were doing stuff back then as well. So and that's why I feel like a lot of people are being quiet. That's why I feel like nobody's really sticking up for Diddy and really like trying to big him up and stand on that side with him, because they already know, like, once you stand beside the
people gonna start to do their research.
People gonna dig into you. They're gonna ask your family and your friends and your bodyguards and your blah 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 blah, and then you know, that just is like a snowball effect. So they just want to let Diddy like really go at this alone, and they're just gonna let them take him out, because I feel like it's really powerful people that are coming at Diddy. You know,
for sure. You gotta have a lot of money and power to come at a guy like Diddy. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have a conglomerate behind you to come at a dude like Diddy, because he does have a lot of influence. He does have a lot of money. He does have a lot of people who will stick up for him, just maybe not even publicly, but just on a life level. So you gotta be like weary when you come at a guy like that. That's why so many people were like apprehensive to believe Cassie when she first came out with her lawsuit, and then certain things happened that made us look at Diddy a little weird. Like he settled super fast, and then a couple months later the video of him beating her came out, and it validated everything we had once read. So she had already told us this had happened, but until the video came out, it was like, oh shit, like he really is like that. So you know, again, that just speaks to what you just said. Like, it's a time we're in now. Like, there's cameras, there's social media, there's people who will do relentless research to find out all the dirt and skeletons in your closet. So, you know, yeah, if you're somebody who plans on being an influencer, who wants to be somebody of influence, just know all the things you do, people will remember and people will bring it up to use it against you. So if you're doing creepy shit, then you know it's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. And I say that to bring up this next story where Kia Cenat's cameraman and his best friend was exposed for texting a girl when she was 17 years old, and she released the text messages. Now she's 19, but Kai got on stream the other night and he actually confirmed that yeah, his friend was talking to a minor, and that he had parted ways from him in terms of the business, because you know that type of stuff is bad for business and it's disgusting. That he was texting a 17-year-old girl as a 24, 23-year-old man. Like, you know, you got to be very weary of that type of shit, especially as someone who is in a position of power. On top of that, like, bro, when you find out the girl is 17, leave her the fuck alone. Like, if you just got the number in public and then you find out she's 17, nigga, delete it. That's your best option. Not talking to this girl until she's 18. That's crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say, you know, even it's happening not just to the older guys, it's happening to you new niggas too. And it's just going to show y'all that y'all aren't thinking, man. Y'all are not thinking. Like, this guy lost his job as Kia Cenat's cameraman. That's probably one of the most lucrative jobs you could have right now. You know what I mean? And he fucked it off by being horny and pervy. So
yeah,
I just think that shit is crazy.
Yeah, that's definitely disgusting. I heard that he was 20 at the time, right? That he was talking to her. She did initially lie about her age and say that she's 19, so I think that that's what started a lot of the conversation. I don't think that he went into it knowing that she was 17, although that she did eventually, you know, come clean and tell him that she was 17 and basically, you know, that she doesn't, you know, feel comfortable and stuff like that. And at that point,
and that's
right.
And that's that. I honestly, and with that, I feel like there should be ramifications for that. If you're lying about your age and you're lying about what you're like, who you are in this sense, I feel like that is fucked up, because at that point you fucking with people's lives.
It is.
And that to me is sick shit, because it's like, okay, you initially started this because on some, like, you're trying to get famous type shit. Like, you're like, oh, I'm talking to Kia Cenat's cameraman, and instead of being truthful about this shit, you fucking lie, and now this guy is in the news cycle looking crazy because you lied.
Yeah, but he's not looking crazy only because she lied, because like I said, she did come clean and tell him that she was 17, and he continued on. So
he continued to talk to her.
But he started talking to her vulgar and saying like, "Oh, you look so good, and I want to put my dick in you," and all of this weird stuff that you should never say
type shit
after somebody tells you their age. You know what I mean? But on the flip side, like I said, he's wrong. He's a piece of shit for that. He definitely deserves to be fired. No excuse as a grown man for you to do anything like that. You know what I mean? But playing devil's advocate here, I agree with the fact that she did lie, right? And that's what started the initial contact, right? And I feel like after now seeing how everything unfolded, that her whole plan the whole time was for clout. The whole point of it was for this and that, for her to be get followers and all this other shit. You know why? Because why did it come out? Why did it come out? Why did you wait until you were 19 and then expose the man? Not saying that he shouldn't have been exposed. Of course he should have. He's a piece of shit. But why? Why?
I feel like she was using it. I honestly feel like she may have been using.
She knew it was.
She may have been using that.
She was trying to, and she knew that it'd be a bigger story because it's Kia Cenat's cameraman. So she waited and then put it out. You know what I mean? Regardless if the guy was being a creep or not, my questioning behind everything is just why. Like, people do things for certain reasons. Everything has a plan behind it. You know what I mean? For the most part. Right. And like I said, I feel like her plan from the get-go was I guess after she seen that he was still trying to talk to her, that she made up a plan. Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna expose all of this. You know? Yeah. And that'd be my only question. Like, why? Why does this have to be exposed? You could have told the police.
Because I think I feel like they use it. But they use it as a. Crazy. They use it as an extortion piece, and when they don't get the money they're looking for, then they be like, "Well, I'm going to the timeline with it." And I don't know if this is what happens, but it seems like to hold it that long seems like okay, you were trying to get something out of it.
If it is what you say it is, and it's creepy and all of that, which it is, police
go to the police.
Hello, why are the police never called? Why is Why is only social media told all of this instead of the police making a report and all of this extra shit? And that, like I said, it leads me back to square one. It's all for clout, bro. All of this shit is for clout. So the moral of the story is, first of all, if you're a grown ass man, don't be talking to no 17-year-old girl. End it right there, because it's gonna prevent things like this from happening to you. You know what I mean? You got to protect yourself, especially when you're in these high positions, high power structure, and with these people who are, it could be anywhere. It could be at the job. It could be at the church. It could be whatever. When you're around respectable people, just be respectable. You don't need to always try to be thirsty and always trying to talk to all these different people.
Every girl.
Be mindful that there's a reasoning behind shit. You can't always
you gotta realize when you work for somebody who's famous, you're a target, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like Kai was still Kai 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't what he is today, but he was still Kai 2 years ago. So this girl's looking at you like, yo, he could be a target. So you know what I'm saying? Like, just be mindful of shit like that.
In the long
that's
run,
exactly what it turned into.
That, and now, it's all over the internet. He's fired, which he should be, because, like I said, it's weird. Yeah. But
of course,
that was the plan from the beginning, you idiot. And you're a grown man, and you couldn't see past all the weirdo shit, because you're too busy trying to talk to too many women, right?
That's a fact. So, well, shit, man. You want to take us out of here, bro?
Yeah, man. Hey, you just finished watching another episode of the Man What Podcast. It's your boy, Untamed. Yeah.
Yes, Sirski.
My boy, Khalil Jamal, giving it to you fresh every single week. Y'all make sure y'all hit that comment. Make sure y'all like. Make sure you share this with your favorite grandma, because this is her favorite podcast. It goes down every week, 2 times a week, when me and Khalil are on the mic. Man, the sky's the limit. All right. If you made it this far in the video, hit the left or the right. It's a video for you right here, just so you can continue your Man What journey. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned and hit us up for the next episode of the Man What Podcast. Man.
Yetter.
What? Love y'all.
Yetter.
Peace.